Hey everybody, it's Her Talk with Ty Vicari. I am your host, Ty Vicari, and welcome to this evening's show. We have three wonderful guests that are coming on this evening. We're going to be talking about hair, we're going to be talking about organizing, and we're going to be talking about being the best you and letting other people know how much you care about them. So I'm excited because my first guest owns her own salon in Comac called The Cutting Edge Hair Design, and her name is Marie Marsilio, and I'm welcoming you. Hi, Marie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So I've read up about you, and I am like excited because you are a mom and pop business running it. I call them mom and pops because they're local businesses running on Long Island. And how long have you been running your business on Long Island now?
A little over 12 years.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah.
So you're like, first off, your hair is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Your hair is beautiful. And I was on Facebook today, and the big talking point was, on my local town page was my hair, because I'm going to get how do you say the word?
Balayage.
Balayage. It's like, why are we doing that? No. So I'm going to get that soon, and I have to decide on which place in my town that I'm going to get it from. So, but I was like inspired by you because I was like, this is really great that we're going to have a hair salon on. It's interesting. Talk to me. Tell me, what is trending right now with hair care?
Right now, there's a lot of different things going on, and that's really because of like Instagram, Facebook, social media. Like, things are constantly being shown by celebrity stylists, by celebrities. People see it and they want it. So like, we have to stay on our game and make sure that we're following along with those trends, attending classes, keeping ourselves educated, because people are constantly coming in and asking for like the new thing, but that's changing. It used to be a style would come up and it would stay for a while. It's really not like that anymore. Some of the hot things are balayage. Everybody wants it. Nobody could pronounce it. But that's one of the things, which is it's a highlighting technique that leaves a little bit of a natural root. So it's good for clients that want a little bit of a more low maintenance kind of style. Mm-hmm. And then, waves, beachy waves are in, but then so are pixie cuts. So it's like everything, it's kind of like anything goes, but.
Yeah. So when you have somebody that comes in, and I think that, I'm glad you brought up pixie cuts, because I know that seems to be like the thing now. And I have a couple of friends that actually have the pixie cut, and a couple of them totally rock it. Like that, their face was built to have that. And then you have the others that are like, ooh, epic fail. Right. Who lied to you and let you out the door today? Right. So do you, as a professional, if someone comes in and you see their shaped head and their face and everything, would you tell them, hey, maybe this isn't the style for you, and then let's go through and see what's right for your face type? Or you're just like, whatever?
No, it's like consultation is key. So many people bring you pictures, and it's not only like, can I achieve this on your hair? It's, do you want to deal with the maintenance of it? Do you want to wash and wear haircut? Because I can give you that cut, but if you just want to let it dry and not style it, it's not going to look like that. So I'm very realistic and open with my clients. I'm never going to say like, oof, no, we can't do that. Yeah. But I'll say, well, we can do something like that, but maybe let's leave it a little longer on this side, or we can do like a variation of it and come up with something that they're happy with and that, is a good fit, but that's going to be flattering for their face shape.
So walk me through a consultation. Hey, Marie, I want to have a consultation. What happens next?
So you would come in. I always tell my clients, bring a picture, because that's really, that way, we're on the same page. Your idea of red violet can be totally different than my idea of red violet, if we're talking hair color. Your idea of a short bang is different than what I might think of short. Some people say like, oh, I just want like a tiny, tiny little trim. And then when you show them what an inch is, they're like, oh no, that's not what I'm thinking. So a picture is a great way to make sure that we're on the same page together. So I know exactly what you're envisioning. And then from there, I'll ask you if you have your hair up, I'll ask you to take it down. I, run my fingers through it, see how thick it is, see what kind of color you've had in your hair before, because that makes a big difference in the integrity and quality of your hair, as well as the price that it's going to cost. If you have natural virgin hair, which there's not that many virgins nowadays, it's going to be a lot easier for us to get you to the color that you want. If there's previous color in your hair, then it's a little more work and a little more challenging, a little more time. So that's kind of what the consultation goes on. And always be honest with your hairstylist. If they ask you if you've colored your hair and you have, don't lie to them, because it's only going to mess up your color. You want to make sure that you're honest. Not like, oh no, I never colored my hair, or oh, I colored my hair years ago, but really it was a couple months ago, because that does make a big difference.
So how many months is like a good amount of time before you have your next color treatment?
It depends on the color of the hair, because your hair only grows half an inch a month. So if you colored your hair 4 months ago, you're only talking about 2 inches of growth. So you still have this much hair that has color on it, if it's permanent color. It's not like you put it on your hair and it goes away. It's there in the hair. So if your hair is, light brown, you've been coloring it, it's a little easier. If you've been dyeing your hair jet black for the last 10 years, it's definitely going to be a few processes to get you to a lighter color.
What's your favorite type of thing to do to someone's hair? Like, what's your thing where you're like, this is my thing, I'm just gonna...
I love coloring, but I love cutting as well. I like to be able to create a whole new look on someone. One of the things I specialize in is short haircuts, because there are so many bad short haircuts. Like, I think there's nothing better than like a short, sexy, feminine haircut on a woman. But so many times I see women walking around with a man's haircut, a short man's haircut. So I feel like when I can give a woman a really good, trendy, stylish haircut and they look and feel good in it, that's important to me. Also, going along with that, just making someone, like when I see someone's transformation and you can see like them looking at themselves in their mirror and like, wow, like they feel great, they look good, they feel confident about themselves, like that's really like what I love. That's why I got into this business, is to make people like feel good about themselves. So.
Yeah, and you know what, and I love that you're doing that. You have a talent and you're letting that talent shine through, so that's a great thing. So how many people do you have in your salon?
Right now I have 2 full-time stylists and an assistant. We're always looking for new talent, so we're constantly, the door is open for anyone that's into hair and passionate about hair. We're looking to grow, so we've been, we're established. We're a busy salon. We're a smaller, like family close-knit salon. But my girls are great. I couldn't be, do what I do without them. So
I love that atmosphere when you have like a small salon and everybody knows everybody's business. I always say that everyone knows everyone's business, and you come in like my current salon that I am at. They have that where you walk in and everybody knows who you are.
Right, you get greeted by everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how are you? How was your daughter's wedding? Or it's
yeah,
it's very,
and they
like,
know everything. They know your kids. They know what's going
Right.
on. They can tell you what's going on down the block with other people too. It's
Right.
like everything is right there. So what other things do you do? Do you just do hair in your salon?
It's just hair. So we do all types of hairs, color, cutting, updos for, weddings and formal occasions. We do keratins, different like texturizing, treatments, straightenings, relaxings to the hair. We do pretty much any hair services. So.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. So tell me, I hear that you do charity work as well through your salon.
We do. We're very involved in our local community. I've always felt like a drive to give back and help people, that could use help. So every year we do an annual fundraiser called Cut for a Cure in October, and we raise money for cancer awareness. So that's one of the big fundraisers that we've been doing. We've been doing it for 9 years. And then along with that, I recently started a program called Vitality, which is a monthly program free of charge for women that are undergoing treatment for cancer, so chemotherapy or radiation, and we show them how to deal with the appearance-related side effects. So they come in, they get a kit of makeup and skincare that's donated by local companies, and we show them how to, deal with any type of skin issues, changes that they're having due to the treatment. We show them how to put on eyebrows, because when you don't only lose your hair on your head from chemo, you lose your facial hair as well. So we show them how to using makeup to make themselves feel better about themselves. And then we also address hair loss, what's going to happen, how to deal with that once it happens, how to find a wig, pick out a wig, take care of a wig. Anything that's like appearance related, we help them with. I came up with the name Vitality because my grandmother had breast cancer, and she's the one that kind of got me, inspired me to get involved with all the volunteering and working with the different cancer fundraisers and stuff like that. So her name was Grandma Vi. So Vitality, I kind of just came up with the, with that name in her honor, to kind of honor her through that. So that's a monthly program that we're offering, and it's free of charge, and
What day of the month is that?
In June, it's the third Monday of June at 6 o'clock at night. So you can go on our Facebook and you can register through there. And it's a group of about 10 women. So it's not only it's the cosmetic and makeup and part of it, but also with 10 women that are experiencing a similar situation, it's great because they're able to, to share that experience and communicate with each other and relate to each other.
So you've been doing it for 9 years. You're doing it once a month. What Facebook page would they go to?
They can go to the Cutting Edge Hair Design Comac, and then that's linked to Vitality, which is the name of the organization, the program.
Okay. And on the screen, they're showing how to contact you.
Right.
The information that you had given me. So that's on there. So that's a good thing. So what other things do you do that you offer to individuals throughout Long Island, on a nonprofit level? I know that you do the Vitalities, but I'm so sorry. You also do a networking group.
I do,
okay.
Yes. So I created a networking group for women in business. We meet once a month. We meet in person. So it's not just a Facebook group. We meet in person once a month. And we only allow one person per profession. So
okay.
We have about 25 members right now. And it's great. It's not only just referring business to each other, it's supporting each other, giving each other ideas, tips, information, helping each other grow, and just offering advice as women in business. So
that's really cool. So how would someone get involved with you in that group, or do they just call you up?
That's also a group on Facebook called Leading Ladies of Long Island. So they would request to join, and then we have like a few questions that we ask them just to make sure there's no conflict with any other, if there's already that profession in the group, then we don't accept them, but they can go on our waiting list. But they can definitely, check us out through there, or message me personally, and then we could go from there. So.
Is there any membership fee or
there
anything?
are no membership fees, so it's great. We usually meet either at one of one of the women-owned businesses, or sometimes we'll meet at a restaurant. This next meeting, one of the members is having at her house because we're gonna do like a backyard kind of party, so it's nice. But there's no fee to join. So.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I was telling you earlier, I facilitate networking groups, and I've been doing it for a while now.
Yeah.
So that's really,
Yeah.
It's always great to find new groups that are out
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take your test on Facebook and see if I pass. You might be like, no. I'm like, should I do one business or the other?
Right.
Someone like me, I have multiple businesses, and I'm like,
Yeah.
a long time ago, I learned. One of my mentors in life, he said to me, never put all your eggs in one basket. He said, have a couple of different things because you never know.
You never know, yeah.
So,
and I feel like once you have that entrepreneurial spirit, it's just in you to just kind of create things and make businesses.
Absolutely, absolutely. So are you venturing on to anything else?
In the hair industry, but I have a product line that's in the works. So we're going to be, me and my husband are going to be launching a product line together. So,
cool. So your husband and you own the business together?
Well, I owned it before I met him, but now it's what's mine is his and what's his is mine. But he's
how long have you married for?
We've been together 6 years. We're married 3 years, and he's like my biggest supporter. So
that's great.
I couldn't do what I do without him.
That's great. It's great to have someone that is supportive of, especially, I know you have a child and everything like that. You do need that. You need that partner in life.
Absolutely.
So,
it's so important. Yeah.
So shout out to hubby.
Yes. Love you, Mike.
She's taken everyone. So I'm glad that you came on the show today, and I'm glad that you gave us, some time, gave the audience a little insight of your business that's located where?
In Comac.
In Comac. Yeah. And there's a lot going on in Comac. There's businesses popping up all over.
Oh my God. Comac has everything. I'm like, you never have to leave Comac. Everything's right here.
Right? I mean, you never have to leave Long Island.
Right.
If you really don't want, they have everything popping up here now. I mean, we have they call it Islandwood or something like that, where it's We now have movies being
Yeah.
produced here
Yeah,
and
it's
everything.
amazing.
Everything is going on
Yeah.
on this island. We have
Yeah.
buildings and everything.
Yeah.
So, but Comac is one great town. I know.
It
I know a
is.
couple of businesses that are in Comac.
Yeah.
I know that you guys are getting Vitality Bowl soon is going to
Yeah.
be in Comac,
Yeah.
and Blink is going to be in Comac soon, and just
Yeah.
like a bunch of businesses are coming up. So, do you have something that you want to say to the audience? Some inspirational words, some advice, or just anything?
I would love for anyone to come down and check out the salon. You know, I'm very passionate about what I do. Growing up, whenever I would leave the house, my mom would always be like, "Have fun today," and it was something that always stuck with me because I work hard, but I also have a lot of fun at what I do. I couldn't imagine doing any other job, and it really is my dream job. And I've met so many amazing people and have had so many amazing opportunities, and I'm just very thankful. So I'd love for you to come down to Comac and check out the salon, and it'd be great to meet you.
All right. So thank you so much for coming on
Thank
the show
you.
today.
Thank you.
And I'm going to talk to the audience for a second. Don't forget, guys, that I need you to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get alerts so whenever Her Talk with Ty Vicari comes on, you'll be able to see it. If you like this video, please share it because it's important. If you want to talk to any of our guests, don't forget their information is at the bottom of the screen, and you can also help promote them by telling them, hey, I saw you on Her Talk with Ty Vicari, so at least they know that their time was valuable and that they got something for it. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for our next guest, Vinny Giacalone. Stay tuned. Back with Her Talk with Ty Vicari, and I am so excited because I have a great man next to me, and all great men have the name Vincent, so it's Vinny Giacalone, the organized guy, as seen on Ace Hardware, Costello's Ace Hardware, and as seen on
George to the
Rescue, Mr. Vinny Giacalone. Hey, Vinny.
How you doing, Ty?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Phenomenal.
So, first off, you are a male organizer.
Correct.
And not that there's not male organizers. They're out there. They really are, but they're not as more well known as a female organizer.
No, they're not. I'm in a female-dominated industry.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
You're breaking that glass ceiling.
I'm doing reverse, whatever I'm doing.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
So you go into homes throughout Long Island and New York City, and you take care of any type of organizational.
Yeah,
so walk me through it.
It's pretty fascinating because the type of jobs that I have, they really are all over the scale. So when I go and I have a client that, or prospective customer that contacts me, it really starts with a consultation, and it starts really on the phone, what's going on. And because of the situations I'm dealing with, it's highly emotional. I'm dealing with people that feel depression, they feel all kinds of embarrassment about the way their home looks, or even their office, could be either way. So it's really highly emotional what I'm dealing with, and really what I see as my job is to calm them down. I don't need to add any more fuel to the fire.
Absolutely.
They're already beating themselves up. So it's it's just having a conversation like you and I are having now. What's going on? What's happening? Talk to me about the situation you're dealing with. Give me a description about it, how long it's been going on. Do you ever get any support from your family? And we just have a conversation. And I just want to ease them into it. And it's amazing how by doing that, they will just start talking to me. Well, this has been going on for 5 years, or this has been going on for 20 years. My husband, we had a divorce, whatever that situation is, they'll just naturally tell me. And that really is a huge help, not only because it calms them down, but as they're talking, I'm listening to them and it's helping me put together the plan of, okay, how am I going to help them? Can I help them? And that's really a big question too.
So have you ever been put into a situation where you have to have other resources to help you? Like, you see on those hoarder homes where you have the individual and then they also need somebody to come in for counseling as well, because to me, that's a super difficult situation. So have you had that?
Not so much to bring in counselors, but I have had brought in other staff for larger jobs. So if someone's moving, as an example, what I try to encourage when I know that someone's moving is, let's purge and downsize before the move. Because, if you've been in your house 20, 30 years, odds are you have a lot of stuff in the house you don't need. You're done with it. It's used up its time. There's no sense in packing those things up, bringing them to another location just to let them sit in a box. And worse is you're paying for that. So I can help you save money and time and stress by going through the process prior to the move and downsizing, and I'll help you pack up the contents of the rooms as well.
So what is a couple of tips that you can give, just normal, like, hey, you know what, this is how you do not have a cluttered home. Like, this is how to avoid a clutter. Like, do you have a tip or two?
Absolutely. First of all, it's always good. I prefer to use a paper calendar.
Okay.
And the reason being is that, when you see the things that are going on in your home and you can list them out, that's another thing you do is you want to be able to write things down. What do you do on a regular basis? Well, we go grocery shopping, we do the laundry, there's tasks that go on all throughout the week. What I encourage my clients to do is, first of all, let's write down the tasks. Let's figure out what goes on, and then take those and transpose them onto a calendar. And then you can start seeing the pattern of what you do throughout the course of a week and a month. And what that helps you do is it helps you set up when you can now start preparing your time to do those things. Another example is, we all deal with paperwork and mail. It comes in every day.
Yes.
So when I talk to my clients, they always say, oh, I have all this mail, I have all this junk mail piling up. I explain to them that, you need to set aside time each week. It's not impossible, but when you know what you're doing every week, all throughout the month, then you start seeing, okay, I can set aside this time. I'm going to deal with the mail from, for an hour, for this time to this time.
So cleaning as you go is definitely an important thing too.
It's one of those things you can set up. It takes some time and some discipline to do it, but it's not impossible.
So you give, and I know that you have a great social media presence, and you put out there on occasion, you'll put out tips and such,
Correct.
On how to do it yourself and everything. So that's always useful. So let me ask you a question, because I'm still trying to say to myself, why would you choose this as something that you want to do? Were you that kid that was like, everything has its place and there's a place for everything?
To a point.
Yeah.
Listen, I believe I'm a pretty organized individual, but it's supposed to be functional.
Yes.
So, it's always a joke. My clients think, they always think I'm like, Mr. Anal about everything. And it's not true. I tell
So
them,
you're not like Monk.
No. I don't have any kind of those kind of issues. But I believe that, you can set yourself up to have certain patterns that you do. But ultimately, whatever you're doing in your home or your office, it needs to be functional too. We need to live every day. You need to still function and do things. So it can't be so black and white and in between the lines that, now you're paralyzed.
Yeah.
That doesn't work either.
So do you have any war stories?
How'd you know? It was funny. I was with a client today, and they were asking me the same exact question. So yeah, I shared a couple of war stories with them.
Share. We're here for it. You don't have to use names.
I don't. I never do. That's very.
Yeah.
Just one of the things that's critical in what I do with my clients is that their information is never revealed. So I'll post pictures on social media or my website, and they know up front that I'm going to use them. I ask my permission. But along with that, I'm very clear with them that at no time at all, any of those pictures, there'll be no description that tells anybody who they are, where they are. Because again, I treat my confidentiality with my clients no different than if you were seeing a doctor or a lawyer or a CPA. It's the same principle. But it's a great question. So yeah, war stories. The story I was sharing today was that I had met an individual once that I did a little bit of work for, and that this individual probably was about the creepiest person I ever dealt with. And I meet a lot of people, and I love meeting people. I love taking them on as clients. I really enjoy spending time with my clients because I love what I do, especially when they have a situation that I know I can have an answer for. This individual, in this particular case, we had a very good consultation, great time, everything went through, fine. Then we started working together, and within literally minutes after we started, we were just going through paperwork, and I was doing the process I always do, and I was picking things up, and I was looking at them, and I was I'm handing to him, saying, "Here's what I'm looking at," and as I was going through this, out of nowhere, his whole demeanor changed, and he became very agitated. And he started asking me questions about why I was telling him about the paperwork, because there was nothing wrong with the paperwork, apparently. And so I stopped describing it, and I just said, okay. And he really set me off. And I really felt like I've never felt before. I felt very uncomfortable with this person. So needless to say that, we didn't work together again. But he was a rarity. I don't have people like that normally.
Yeah, people actually find you as a relief because you're taking care of something that is very stressful. So
absolutely.
that I know that, when you have cluttered homes or, if a loved one passes away and then you have to take care of their estate and downsize. A lot of people don't downsize, especially people that have been in their homes for like 40 years and stuff. They have a lot there. Have you dealt with that?
Oh, absolutely. I have a number I'm dealing with them right now. Whether it's that or even divorce is another one. It falls into the same category where, again, you have a situation where the people are together for a long period of time, 30, 40 years. And yeah, so things have been built up in the house over that time. So again, it's very emotional, especially if the person's passed away. I have a couple clients I'm dealing with at the moment. That's what the situation is. So I have the adult children now. We're left with the task of cleaning out mom and dad's house that's been filled for literally 40 plus years. So you have all that. Well, it's not just junk, it's memories. So it's not just, so coming in and saying, hey, well, we'll get a trash guy to throw everything away. You can't do that with people's lives. So where I come in and the benefit that I bring to the table is, I'm working with them as the coach to guide them through it, to help them save what they want of their family's lives. Mom and dad, whatever it may be. It could be a picture, a piece of paper. It doesn't really matter. It's important to them, and that's really what's important, to respect them for that and help them glean that out, save it, store it, put it away. And then it just sets the stage for, okay, we've saved what you want, what's most cherishing to you. Whatever's left, okay, then those are the things that we're all going to let go of, and then, I'll facilitate bringing my crew in to clean out the house, because ultimately what they need to do is get past it all. So now if they've saved what they want, that means things to them emotionally, it really does help them say, okay, the house is okay now. I need to sell the house. So everything that's left, it's okay to get rid of that because I need to move on. They need to move on with their lives. And, they have more of a comfort because they were allowed the time to kind of almost, I guess, in a sense, grieve by taking those things out that are important to them.
Yeah, I know that, we're coming across the older generations where they had a lot of things on, the pictures and everything else like that. And now, what we did was we started taking the pictures and uploading them to, to a drive and saving them on a stick and just doing it like that, because to bring down the clutter, you're talking about years and years and years of photos and, what comes with paper, dust mites and things like that. So it's, it's not just clutter, it's
everything that comes with
everything that comes with it.
It's the bugs, it's the rodents, it's you name it. It all comes together with it. So it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. And like I said, and then you just layer in the emotion, and it's really huge for them.
So you give a consultation, you come to their home or office, and you set up a plan. What's on average? What's the longest to the shortest? So I guess it depends on the situation, correct?
Absolutely. Every situation is unique. It's a great question because it's the one I get asked all the time. How long is it going to take?
Yeah.
You know, and when I walk into a situation where the house has been like that for 20 years, you know, I can't say, okay, well, it's going to take 6 hours to fix this.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just the physical stuff that we're dealing with. It's the emotion too. So, you know, I work at the pace of my client. You know, I have some people, when I meet with them, they tell me, you know, I really want to plow through this. I'm ready. I want to do this. Great. And we'll move at that pace. So that's going to take X time. Somebody else might say, yeah, I want to do that. But then they have to look at every piece of paper, or they look at a picture, or every piece of clothing, you know, and I can only push people so fast. I mean, again, it's their things. And I understand that the emotions underlying all this. So I don't want to be the guy that's going to be adding stress to the situation. They're already stressed enough. So, but you know, what I guess the best way to answer your question is this: when I meet with any client of any project they want to do, I really try to understand, what do you want? It's a very basic question. What do you want out of this project? And so I'm helping them do something that they're not normally doing, which is I want to help them create a vision for where they want to be. And then through that vision, now it's okay, what are the steps? And I help them build them. Step 1, step 2, so however many steps we need. And it's just walking them through subtly, quietly, gently through those steps. You know, I just let it run in the background until they get to where they want to go. But what I also tell them is that we're going to do a session. It's going to be so many hours. After every session, I always do, you know, a recap of, you know, how did this go? Let's talk about it. Is it working for you? Are we going too fast? Are we going too slow? How do you feel about it? Are we making the progress that we discussed and agreed upon on the consultation? So this way I can continue adjusting. You know, and so I really leave it open-ended to them. You know, how long do you want to go? I can flex myself in terms of how I interact with you any way you want to go.
So you give that personal touch that
Absolutely.
you're you know, kind of like a concierge type feel where it's about them. It's not about you getting to the next job. It's about you getting this job done correctly and in a timely fashion, but yet with the concern of how they, you know, concern and respect. So you have done something great. Now, you were on George to the Rescue.
Yes.
Okay, and I was very, very proud of you for that. So what did you do? Like, I know you were organizing the Hewlett House.
Correct.
And so how did that come about?
It's funny how connections work. I happened to go to a Freeport Chamber of Commerce luncheon. I sat with the contractor. His name was Ben Jackson. I just happened to have a conversation with him. I guess I must have left a good impression with him. And a couple weeks later, he sent me an email and invited me to come on board, you know, the staff to do it if I was interested. And yes, yeah, absolutely, no problem.
Now, you're helping out. That's a home for
Cancer survivors.
Cancer survivors.
Support group.
And it's, you know, I saw the footage of the home and everything, and so it must have been a lot of fun, and also the compassion that is behind that, because you're helping an organization that's on Long Island here, so that it's for the betterment of people, survivors, and people going through breast cancer and other cancers for that matter, because cancer, it doesn't matter which one you have, you're going through the treatments, you're losing hair,
Right.
you know, you're doing all of that. So you had the bra section. So you were organizing all the different bras and everything else like that, which is a great topic, because here you are doing that, and you really, like, on the thing, it shows how you labeled everything, and you put, everything had its place, and I thought that was really neat, because you know, you take your job seriously, and it shows us that yes, you can handle women's garments because you're just doing a job, and you're going to make sure that everything gets the way it's supposed to do. Supposed to be.
Yes.
Yes, English. I've been failing it all day.
Okay.
So that was a great experience for you.
Yes, absolutely was, and it was more fun because Jerry Barish, who's the president of that organization, she was great. She is full of energy, and when it was all said and done, because she wasn't allowed to see that room until the unveiling.
Oh, okay.
So she didn't know what I did in terms of the drawers and laying things out and the labeling and all that stuff and every time I took. And when she saw it afterwards, and I saw her after she got to see it, you know, she just was hugging me, and she's like, she goes, and I'm telling everybody, she goes, a man did this, a man did this, you know. But you're right, it was a lot of joy on my end that that's how she felt. But, you know, as I was doing it, you know, it was, to me, it's like, okay, it's just another product. It's just something else that is required, and I need some thought behind it, because like anything else I do, my goal is when I'm thinking of something like that is, okay, I'm not going to be here all the time, so I'm going to leave. I need to make sure that I set up a pattern so that it stays that way after I leave, and they can maintain it, and it's easy and simple to follow, and that was the key.
So you did a really good job on that.
She seemed very happy.
Absolutely. So are there any final words that you want to say to the audience?
What I would share with people is that, you know, when it comes to understanding why you'd want to hire an organizer, see, I'm having trouble. See, now you give it to me too.
I know.
A professional organizer is that, you know, when we look at our lives, we have, you know, anytime we need professionals, we go to a lawyer, you go to an accountant, you know, you go to a doctor. You know, these are all people that you go to for a reason, because they have information and knowledge that you need to solve a problem that you might have. Well, that's what a professional organizer does. You know, I come into a home or an office, and I sit with my clients, and I want to understand what their situation is, and I'm looking to help them do it. So I'm really coaching them through a process. And, you know, I love what I do. I really enjoy going through the steps that I do, because everything I do is always different and unique, regardless of what client I work with.
Thank you so much, Vinny, for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited that you came on. And anyone that wants Vinny, just go to theorganizedguy.com. They can follow you on Facebook, The Organized Guy. And you out there in the audience, we are going to come right back with an amazing person who's going to show us how to make everybody excited and say, "This is delicious." So stick around. Back in a few seconds after the commercial break. Stay tuned.
Grab with the mic, you know we can chat. Real chopper, 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 chopper.
And we are back with some more Her Talk with Ty Vicari. So I am excited because I have my very, very good friend Melinda Epstein. Hello, Melinda. Aw. Melinda is a Send Out Cards affiliate, and she, first off, if you have not received the Send Out Cards, you need to. You need to. You need to either receive or give because they are
Both.
amazing.
Both.
So Melinda, this is just amazing what you have here. You have first this little mailbox, which I'm probably going to steal from you one day.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's going to happen. I
No.
need a mailbox for my office, so I ordered
I'll get you one.
It was like, yeah, maybe a little bigger. So we have all these cards that are here, and these are different types of cards. Now, for a long time period, people were like, oh, don't, send an email, send, I don't know, smoke signal, whatever you're going to do. But people stopped sending regular cards through the mail, and people got lazy.
Right.
They say happy birthday on Facebook. They tweet it or whatever, but they don't have that old school kind of like, here you go, a tangible good. Walk me through what we got going on here. So what's going on?
Well, what I did is I brought some sample cards that I've received or I've sent out, and I sent copies to myself because I love them. What Send Out Cards is a relationship marketing system, and you can do it from your phone, your computer, and you can send an actual card. And I brought the mailbox because it actually appears in your mailbox, a real card that comes in the mail. What do you usually get in the mail? Junk bills, right? So what do you do?
I get a lot of advertisements.
Right.
That's what
And it gets tossed, ripped
Yeah.
up, tossed. So what this does is allows you to send an actual card, and you can create it. You can pull pictures from Facebook, logos from websites, and send it out. Wish happy birthday, congratulations, I'm sorry for your loss. Really anything, any type of message that you want to send to show appreciation, thank people for their business, thank them for referrals, really anything, any type of thing. And the really cool thing about Send Out Cards, this is one of their giant cards, is that you can brand the back of the cards. So for anyone in a business, really only 3% of people in business send out cards. So it immediately makes you stand out. It immediately has you set above and apart from everybody else that does what you do. You have your branding on the back of the card. So when you send someone a picture of their dog or their child, or that's actually a high school friend of mine inside of there. I sent that to her. We reconnected on Facebook.
It said, so she believed she could, so she did. And then it opens up, and there's your friend. I don't know if you can see this, but there's your friend.
If she's watching, hi, Bonnie.
And, I think I know Bonnie. Wait, do I know Bonnie? I don't know.
I don't know.
So many people. So this is really cool. So you have your branding on the back.
So when somebody gets it, they're not throwing it out like you do with all your other mail.
No, because my face is on it.
Your face is on
why
it,
would
or
I
your
throw
kid's
my
face,
out?
or whatever.
Yeah.
And it has all your contact info. So really, for any type of business, let alone the personal, but for any type of business, it's going to be information that they're going to keep, and their friends are going to come into their office, or customers are going to come in, or into their home, and they're going to see this. And they're going to say, who did that? Oh, my realtor did that. She sent me this card when we closed on our house. My realtor didn't do that. So here you have something that sets you apart.
You're making yourself known in
Exactly.
a good, positive
Exactly.
way.
Exactly.
So you have the cards, you have big, you have small, you have postcards.
Right. These are actually called flat cards, and what I like about these is that it's like a postcard. Mm-hmm. But it goes in an envelope, so it gets protected, because so often those postcards, they put the stickers on them, or they get kind of mangled, or they get shoved in the penny saver, and you don't see them. So they came out with these flat cards, so you can pull a picture and put it on the front, and then you can write your message on the back, but it is in an envelope, so it gets protected.
So you have that, and then I keep looking over at this book because I'm a reader, so I see this book. Yes, you did send me this book. The Power of Human Connection. So this is relationship marketing.
Yes.
So, I tell people all the time, I'm a marketer. That's, my main bread and butter in life is marketing, and I market businesses. My prime focus is social media marketing, but I go across the board. Now, I'm under you for send out
You
cards.
are. You're a customer,
So
absolutely.
I am a customer for that. And relationship marketing is something that companies should be doing that they're not doing. They think they are because they're like, oh, I thanked them.
Right.
Oh, I think, they thank their review. But sending them a little something is a big difference. And
Right.
all of that information
Right.
is in this book here.
It's a fabulous book. It was
So
written
is
by the
this your-
founder.
Yeah,
That's
is
like my
this-
Bible.
Yeah,
it's
I was
like
going
all
to
our
say,
Bibles.
this is your relationship marketing Bible.
101. But it was written by the founder of Send Out Cards, and he formed the company. Actually, if I can, I'll tell you the story
Yeah, you
very,
can
very
tell me the
quickly.
story.
He, many years ago, he was moving his family from where he lived to New York, and I think it was Utah, I don't remember. And he was rushing to get everyone in the car and get on this big road trip, and his brother, he didn't get a chance to say goodbye. So he waved to him from afar, and he took his family on the trip and moved to New York, and a while after he was there, he got a call in the middle of the night that his brother got tragically killed. And it disturbed him so much because he didn't get the chance to say goodbye. He didn't act on his prompting, which was really to stop and go, hug and kiss his brother and say goodbye. So he formed this company to do that, to help people act on their promptings and show appreciation, and not just in business but in personal as well. So when you're trolling through Facebook and you see somebody that just won an award, you could like it, you could say congratulations, but if you send them a card and you say congratulations, like one of your guests a week or two ago, Linda Fostick, just won something.
I know. I'm going
There's
to
a
be
card.
sending her
Linda,
a
there's a
card.
card on the way to you. So things like that, and imagine if you get that in the mail, what that makes you feel like.
Yeah, like this
That's-
is really nice. This is, okay.
That's Terry Thompson.
Terry Thompson, bluejeansandberries.com.
So she's a Juice Plus. So she sends these out. There goes my English. She
Yeah.
sent it to me.
We're totally murdering the English language
We're
today.
doing bad.
So, and then, this is great. So you have Get It Girl, and then...
That I actually sent to my daughter
Oh, this is your
back in
Amanda.
2018 when
Yeah.
she won an award. So I sent that to her.
This is really cool. So it comes in glossy finish, it comes in matte
Right.
finish.
All different finishes,
all
different
finishes.
sizes.
And these are really good, like these are sturdy
Quality's
cards. I think that
fantastic.
I am blessed. And I think that this is even better than a Hallmark card. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. It's like the quality is...
Well, I'm not going to argue with you on that.
It's not a... Guys, this is not a cheap piece of paper.
No,
all right?
it's real. The quality's
This
fantastic.
is like really quality. So this is a little party in your mouth going on
Right.
over here. So
So you can
let's
also
talk
send
about it.
gifts. You can send gifts with your cards. You can send a Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks gift card, American Express gift cards. They are very well known for their brownies, and you would think that a packaged brownie that comes in the mail is, it's just going to be mediocre, but they are absolutely fantastic. And it's very cost effective. So all kinds of gifts, books, holiday gifts, Mother's Day gifts, everything.
I sent a client, he had surgery, and I had sent him, there was like peanuts and stuff like that. So I sent him that with the card, and I thought that was really cool. And it had his business logo on it.
Oh,
and
that was
everything.
great.
Yeah. So, but these brownies are delicious.
They really are.
You've sent me the brownies.
Yes, I have.
And they're my favorite, by the way. The brownies are my favorite. And I know that
They are very good.
There's birthday cake. By the way, thank you. Like everything you've ever sent me, I'm like.
You're welcome.
And then the thing is that you end up eating the gourmet fudge brownies from Send Out Cards. And no brownie tastes like this first
No, they're
off.
really good.
They're
They're
really,
really,
good.
really good.
And then you're happy, and then you get sad. Because
they're
you're
gone.
eating, and you're like, it's
They're
not
all
like you can go
gone.
to the store, so you got to do something good for Melinda, and then she'll send you another box.
There you go. I
So-
just actually did I think April 22nd was National Jelly Bean Day, so I ran a jelly bean contest for the month of April.
Oh my God,
And
I love
pulled a
it.
winner and sent her a box of jelly beans.
I'm so excited because, speaking of jelly beans, I just got to throw this out there. Now they sell black jelly beans by themselves. That's my favorite.
Well, those
I'm
are the
one
best.
that
No,
goes
those are the
through.
best.
Yeah. So
I would fight you for those.
So you got little coasters here. Be your
There's
awesome self today.
All kinds of. I mean,
Yeah.
the gift store is just amazing, and you don't have to leave your couch or your desk.
So it comes. This comes in an envelope. So I know
And
this
the
comes
envelope
in an
goes
envelope.
in there, right.
Goes in there. I'm just gonna show people how it comes to you. And I'm gonna cover the address. So it comes into your, make sure it's covered. So it comes into your home into a box like this. So this comes and it goes into your mailbox, maybe a little bigger than that one. And then you open it up and you're like, oh my God, thank you. And you get this great little gift. And give me a price range. How much did something like this cost?
Well, there's all different plans with send out cards,
Okay.
and there's a free plan, which is, for anybody, is crazy not to go on the free plan because you're paying per card. So just like when you buy something online at Macy's, you know, when you check out, you pay for it. So on the free plan, a card is $275 plus a stamp.
Okay.
And the gifts, like the 2 brownies are probably around $5. I don't remember. I get a discount because I'm on a plan that gives me a discount.
So is it
So-
safe to say under $15?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so under
Absolutely.
$15, you can send somebody a box with a party in their mouth.
Right.
And then they can just eat one of these and maybe have a coaster that they could put their milk with. And
There you
and
go.
then they get their
Or
nice
wine.
little card, or wine. Wine and brownies, I gotta try it. So I haven't
not?
done that yet. And then they get the really cool card. And
Right.
I love how they're custom made, these cards. I'm just like totally.
And the size is actually perfect for a frame, so nobody prints pictures anymore, you know.
Oh, look at this. Yeah.
Right?
See? So this gentleman here, he's getting off of a private jet. His name is Jordan, and he's in this card here. And the card is work hard, dream big, never give up. So there you go.
Never
So
give
why
up.
did you start doing this? Like what
I
said?
started doing this in August of 2017. I'm an insurance broker, and I wanted a way to say thank you to my customers for letting me work on their insurance, and thank you for referring business to me, and thank you for staying with me. And someone introduced this to me, and at the time I looked at it, they sent me brownies. I ate the brownies, and I was in love. And I just got distracted, and I didn't get involved with it. I picked it up again in August of 2017, and a year ago, April, they did a huge overhaul of their system. So any send out cards customers from earlier
Right.
than April, there was an older system. Now there's a brand new system that is extremely user friendly. It's very easy to maneuver, and I just fell in love with it. And I started using it for my business, but I said, you know what, it's $59 a year to do this as a business. That's it. So it
That's
was
a
worth
great
it.
investment, yeah.
It was worth it to me to do that because, like you said, you have multiple companies. You know, I figured at some point, you know, if I can build this up, this will be something I'll do maybe when I retire in about 20 years.
Well, you're
No,
all
but I do
over.
love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
you're
I absolutely love
You're
it.
all over because you do a lot of networking
Yes.
for your business,
Right.
For your personal business, and also your
Right.
other business. So you're out there.
Yes.
And what I did notice about you is that you have such a giving heart that you're constantly giving. So, you know,
Aw,
first off,
thank
there's
you.
that. and she's great to have drinks with. No. But more
This is true.
importantly, this is true. Yeah,
This is true.
but more importantly, you know, when you give things like this, it's like really, really awesome. You know, I find that Christmas cards, we can go down the list. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Ramadan, which is Friday, I think, or
I have
maybe
no
it
idea.
happened. I
Well,
don't know.
it's Nurses Week next week, so
yeah,
there's
a
always
nurse
something to celebrate.
Teacher Appreciation Day, I think, was today or coming
was it?
up or something like
Chocolate
that.
chip cookie day is the middle of
Chocolate
this
chip
month.
cookies day. Oh,
There's all kinds of
wait till Saturday because I'm gonna post something. You guys are gonna be like, "What? It's Garden Naked Day." There you go.
I will not be participating in that. I'll be home sending brownies.
She'll send brownies. I'll send pots. But no, there's so many different occasions.
You can
that
send seeds from send out cards too. They
Yes.
have flower seeds.
Yes, so you can send flower seeds.
There you go. It'll fit in with
You
your
can,
day.
you know, congratulations on your new home. There's a lot
Right.
of new home buyers, or
Right.
if you're not buying a home, you're investing in an apartment or a condo or what have you. There's so many different things
Yeah.
send cards
Celebrate,
for, to
appreciate.
celebrate.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's not just brownies, it's not just cake, because I know you had the birthday cake on the birthday, the coasters, jewelry. There's jewelry,
Yes.
right? What else can you
There's
send?
somebody just had a baby. I sent them a stuffed giraffe, an adorable giraffe.
Aw.
There's so many different gifts. If you go in there, you'll definitely find something that you love.
Absolutely, absolutely. So is there any words of wisdom that you would like to say to the audience?
Oh my goodness, so many. I have to say, just a really quick story. I was at a networking meeting a few weeks ago, and there was someone else that did what I do, a commercial insurance broker. And she did her 60-second speech, and it was my speech.
Oh.
It was exactly what I always say when I do my 60 seconds. And I stood there and I went, oh my God. So what makes me different? This is what makes me different. So this is what can make anyone different with their business. I am passionate about this, like pretty much everyone that's been on tonight and always on your shows. This makes people feel good. There's so much bad stuff that's going on in the world that to be able to send a smile in the mailbox, it just makes me feel good. So those are my words of wisdom.
Send a smile in the mailbox.
Send a smile in the mailbox.
So we're wrapping up the end of our hour, and I have to say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to WLINY. Set your thing so that you can get alerts when Her Talk with Ty Vicari is coming on. And stick around. Coming up tomorrow is Finding Common Ground. And then Mace in Your Face is coming on. And I'm sorry, I'm being told something and I'm like, what are we doing? So anyway, but it is Finding Common Ground, Mace in Your Face. Those are shows. If you want to have a show on WLINY, you can call the producers there and they will help you get on. If you want to be a guest on the Her Talk with Ty Vicari, give me a call. Find me on Facebook. And I would love to have, if you're interesting, if you're fascinating, or if you're just a really good human being. So thank you so much. Have a good night and God bless.